Hey y'all, I am Billy Ann, and if you are hopping on our channel by now, you probably know that I am one of the faces behind the Poshmark and eBay store Front Porch Consign. And if you're watching this video, it's probably for one of two reasons. Either you're one of my friends or family members that are either wondering what I am doing in my life or is supporting me, so thank you for that. And I guess you'll figure out what I'm spending my time doing. The other reason you're watching this video is because you're interested in reselling and you want to know things that we have learned, I and Scott have learned along our journey. Specifically today, the video is all about level 2 shipping. And if you've gotten past the point that you've sold like all the things within your home and you've used up like your Amazon boxes and any box you can get your hands on that are friends, this is the video for you. If you really are actually serious about flipping clothing, selling clothing at all or other items, if you want to resell at all, this is the more serious video. This was our next step after we used up all the Christmas tissue paper and everybody's boxes from Christmas, because we started this right after Christmas time. This is what we did, and it was still, like, I'll tell you the things we're still doing and what we've learned. So this is level 2 shipping, and I will start from the inside out of a package for you. And if you watch this video, I will use like technical terms that my husband printed out for me, and then like what I call them or what I use these boxes for on Poshmark. So from the outside or the inside out, once you have an item you want to ship, if you're shipping on Poshmark, you can ship up to 5 pounds for the same price. We wrap in tissue paper, and I'll talk more about the reasons. I talk more about that in the first video, so you can watch that one. But just to give you your mind right, because it all comes down to money. Like if you're doing this for real and you're wanting to pay for your kids' food and for the electricity, you need to know your numbers. So I have those printed at my shipping table to make sure I don't go over numbers. But here are some numbers for you, just to watch out for. Tissue is extremely expensive. I highly recommend, if you aren't ready to go the professional like super bulk, which we actually have not got there. We've not bought from like Uline yet. That's our next step. So if you have a favorite thing that's like over 5,000, like usually we order tissue paper in like the 5,000 range. So if you have an over that, let me know in the comments, please, because that's next step. But as for right now, the Blaylocks only buy tissue paper if it is under 8 cents per sheet. We try, and prices online can fluctuate, but we try to keep our tissue paper under 8 cents. I usually try to hit the 4 cent per sheet. And I will link the most recent tissue paper I got below. I've learned that although colored tissue paper is super fun, if you're gonna use a sticker, which I'll get to in a second, you might as well use a white and save yourself a ton of money. I've accidentally not bought the large tissue paper that's actually for like wrapping clothing in pieces, and I bought the small ones because I was like, oh, that's found a good deal. It's 4 cents and it's blue. It was 4 cents and it was blue because it was small, and I have been regretting that purchase, I guess, for like 2 months now. I will use up that tissue paper because I'm not gonna waste money, but you wanna make sure you're getting the 20 by 30 tissue paper, the big one. And in the comments, I'm sorry, in the information in this video, I will put a link to the tissue paper we use. So start with your tissue paper. Second thing is sticker. That's what makes things really cute, and it's worth the stickers. Like you can find on Amazon. I again made a huge goof. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but people on Poshmark like resell stickers. I was like, oh, I'm gonna help out other Poshmarkers. So I bought a roll of they're called wafer stickers. They're the round guys. So I bought a roll, and then I realized that the same roll was on Amazon for like 1/3 of the price. And I'm sure there's a reason of why behind that. Like I'm sure that I don't even need to know that story. But I spent too much money on stickers. Like I was like, oh, I got over like 8 cents a sticker, yay me. No, girl, you should have been like spending 2 cents a sticker. So definitely check out, if you can't be bulkier than Amazon, then, sorry, Charlotte is walking past. No, ma'am. if you're not wanting to super bulk stickers either, Amazon is a great place to buy stickers. There's a variety of kinds. I like to get something bigger than an inch, personally. I grabbed our inch ones. It's a long table, let me grab them. So I grabbed those, and I usually put these on boxes. Like if I didn't wrap something really pretty in tissue paper, like if it's a pair of shoes. Shoes is a great example, because I usually don't tissue those. I'll put this little thank you note sticker on the outside of the box. So I did get smaller, like I got the inch ones and they're fine, but I just, if it's in the tissue paper, I want like larger than that. So you got you got tissue paper sticker. I had a big conversation in the first video about our plastic. We're still using, we can't find anything better than the Great Value. This is the first video, or shipping video. I made an error. This Great Value gallon freezer in the 80. We can't find anything better that we like better, so we're still using those. Those come out to like a nickel. And then there's the breakfast bags too. I like wrapping shoes in these. Shoes fit really well. A negative with shoes, if you're gonna ship well, is each shoe needs to go in one of these guys, and you have to throw tissue in there too to keep them safe. So it takes a lot to ship shoes, but the bread bags are really good. And then on the outside of that, so once you get it all safely packaged in there, in the plastic, now we're gonna talk about the outsides and like how to save money on the outsides. If you are doing Poshmark, you want those good ratings. And I think it's wiser to invest on the insides of the bag than the outsides, but sometimes you get super bougie, and I'll show you those Polymailers too that I use. So originally, like the outside boxes, we used up all of our Christmas Amazon orders and our families and our friends, and I even put it out there on Facebook like, who has boxes? We need them. And I got a ton in. And then I came home one day from work, and if I can find the video or the picture, I will put it like here for you. But I pulled up after teaching all day long, and there was a stack of boxes, like wrapped boxes. Scott had ordered from USPS, because you like order them and they're free, and I'll show you what we use. He had ordered like over 500 boxes because we kept running out. So now we have tons of boxes, and they're free. You just have to use them like what you say you're gonna use them. You gotta use them to ship USPS. So he ordered a ton of boxes, and now we're never in a box shortage, and we have like the appropriate boxes, not shoving things in things inappropriately. So I'm gonna walk through each of the boxes first, and then I'll talk about the polys and the Tyveks and what we use for clothing, okay? We're gonna start with the one that actually makes sense, like what it's called on, let me make sure I put it the right way for y'all, on the USPS site, because not all of the boxes, you don't need all the boxes. It's slightly overwhelming, all the options you have on USPS site, but this one is called a shoe box, and I'll tell you the measurements too. It is 15 by 6 by 8, and it's 5 ounces. This is what my husband says, and he's like, yeah, he knows all the facts. But it is called a shoe box on USPS. I use this, the uses for it, obviously shoes. I would wrap, if I were you, wrap each individual shoe in a bread bag, and then I tissue, wrap shoe bread bag, tissue, wrap shoe bread bag, tissue, to keep it all safe. And then you have to tape it up, you know, to make sure it's all shut. And then we have, at this point, a thermal printer to print labels. You pop the label here, and it ships out. And this guy is one of the free pieces, which is awesome. It doesn't cost anything to get these. So this is the shoe box, very useful for, obviously, shoes. Also, a second reason you may not have thought about, but this trick has worked out for me 2 or 3 times. For Poshmark, you can send orders up to 5 pounds, and your shipping doesn't change, and you make the same amount of money. Once you go over that 5 pound threshold, it's gonna cost you some money. So one strategy is to put bundles, ship bundles out in this guy, because he is only, like I said, I'll say it again, he is only 5 ounces. I'm gonna show you another one that's a lot heavier, and you're like, 5 ounces, that's nothing. 5 ounces can save you like $3. And it's shocking. Like, I had this one bundle of like 4 different dresses that I put in another piece, and it was over. I was like, no. And so I grabbed a shoebox, and it was under £5. And so I didn't have to pay more money. So bundles are gonna ship cheaper in a shoebox than anything else. So if you have a bunch of stuff you're shipping to a single client, definitely suggest the shoebox for bundles. Next thing that I don't use often, I don't do the purse sales. That's actually my husband. But this guy is what I suggest to send purses in. You can send other stuff, but it is a nice way to send a purse to someone. Oh, I ran out of these, so I can't show you. But a trick for things that are super large and won't fit in a plastic bag or a bread bag or anything, you can get clear trash bags. And if you have a better idea than that, put it in the comments. But I've shipped a few things in clear, and if you feel weird about that, like you can cut off the pull tie, and then you just wrap the same thing up to keep it safe, and it will fit in here. So this guy is great for purses. It's actually expandable, so it comes, like, you can change and manipulate the size a little bit. This one is called a 1095 from USPS, and it is 13 by 4 by 16, and it's 7 ounces. So it's a 1095 is our purse box. It's what we use to send purses. I have sent a few bundly things in here. I may end up sending a bundle in this actual guy because I've already built it and it's not flat in my packing station. So I will probably send out the weekend orders in these no matter what. Because you can, like, even if you just sell a, yeah, it's okay. Even if you sell like a single t-shirt, you can still send in any of these boxes. I guess it's just not nice to our postal workers. So I try to, like, box appropriately. And now the last thing, this is the guy I use for mega bundles, or if somebody has like outerwear, like coats and jackets. If you're in the fall winter season, they fit well in here. The actual name is a large mailing box, and it's 13 by 13 by 8. This Mama Jamma is 12 ounces. So unless you have a bundle that just will not fit in the shoebox, this guy is 7 ounces heavier than the shoebox. And so if you're on the cusp of having to pay for extra shipping, find a shoebox and try to get it all in there instead of this guy. But some bundles are just really big, and you need the big guy, or like outerwear, winter coats. Or who knows, maybe somebody bought 2 pairs of shoes or a really big bag or something. So this large mailing box 7, this is the one to get. All other boxes on USPS, we do not use. If there is something that you have that you use and I did not mention, please put it in the comments and let me know. But there's so many options on USPS that we just don't use. The final thing is in a box. It is the Tyvek's Polymailer, and it looks like this, and this guy is free. And it actually, it's like super sturdy, and it's just like a regular Polymailer, but it's free, and you don't have to pay for it. So you might ask, well, why would you ever spend money on a Polymailer? If you know you can get this Tyvek's guy, why would you do it? Here's why. And it's not quantitative data, it's qualitative. But I ran out of the cute Polymailers. I'm going to show you a few options. I spend less on some and more on others. But I ran out of the cute ones for, like, I don't know, 4 days. And then finally got some in. And I told my husband we had a lot of orders. And I said, just you wait. We're going to get a non-5-star rating. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. He's like, no, not of the Polymailer. And I was, and we did. We did. And I think, I mentioned this in the first one, like, you've got a lot of women, it's primarily women on Poshmark, and this is, again, qualitative, it's not quantitative, and they want an experience when they get their package. No girl is gonna be like, oh, my Poshmark's here when they get this. So my rule for this is, if you know it's a dude that you don't think is gonna care about that, dude stuff, if I sold something, I'm sorry. But if, I know, like, if you're a buyer of us and you buy something for $8 and then you've got $8 in shipping and taxes, like, that number on your side comes out for probably a lot. But for us, sometimes, like, $8 equals $1.50. And when it comes down to us actually getting paid for some things with consignment, it looks like 25 cents or something ridiculous. So if somebody buys something from me and they got something really cheap because the consignment period was almost over, because I need the free. That 5 cents actually matters when it's really an expensive deal. So that's when I would use these. When would I not use these? Every other time. So honestly, these guys really just sit. I mean, I've never ran out of these. I've only had one like order of them from my husband, and I'm not even halfway through it because I just never use them. But they are good. Like, they are good for the back burner. They're good if you don't want to invest in the Polymailers. But to me, I mean, I'm a girl, and that little bit of joy is awesome. I will say, okay, I'm gonna get into the Polymailers that I use. If you go on Amazon and you type in, you want the 10 by 13 because they fit most things. 10 by 13 will basically take this gallon freezer bag, and you can fit the gallon freezer bag basically perfectly in here. If you get something other than a 10 by 13 and you're like, oh, I got a good deal, I beat her price, well, that's fine, but you're probably gonna get something that's smaller, and that's not gonna be useful. So I just showed you the cute one. I just got these in. You can find, and it takes some like research, but you can find Polymailers for all kinds of prices. You want to make sure you're ordering, there's quantities important. So check the listing before you click purchase, because they do sell like 30 and you'll think you're getting a great deal. If you don't know the math well, or if you have never even thought about this because you've never done business, take the number, the cost, and then divide by the quantity, and that's how much it is per piece. And my goal is to never go over 12 cents per piece. And some of y'all are probably like aghast at that high number. But y'all, when it's this cute, it's worth it. Sorry, I think so. They're, I really wanted, so I wanted something for summer because we're in summertime right now. And I've had my eyes on this leaf Polymailer because I was like, I want something for the fall. Like, fall's coming. I want to like hoard a cute Polymailer. But this leaf Polymailer was straight up like $17.99 for a pack of 100. I'm just not rolling like that. I know that's only like a nickel or something per Polymailer, but that's a lot when you're selling as much as we are. You've got to know that number. So I was scrolling and just like I squirreled and rabbited way down into a hole and found the leaf Polymailer, and they were $9.99 for 100. So I've got them in my laundry room ready to go for the fall. So sometimes I will buy a Polymailer ahead of time if it's just like out of season, but I know I want it. I need to start researching for Christmas. There's this Christmas dog Polymailer. I'm so here for that one. So I will go up to 12 cents, especially if you're sending out something that a person paid $50 for, give them a little bit of joy. Come on, people. Now, if you're sending home to people things that, you know, I mean, you made $10 on, or something that was $15, you know, you gotta know where your prices are. Like, what are you willing to spend and get, or whatever. We also, like our company, we have to consider our consignment customers. So I don't think they want me spending like 50 cents per Polymailer. So this is as expensive as your girl goes. They're cute. These are our really cheap ones. And they came in, and Scott was like, why did you order these? They're really cheap. Because like the material was cheap. And I was like, well, I ordered them because they were really cheap. But they're cute. So if you look, I wish I had printed that exact number. I got 200, and they're just pink. 200 pink guys for like $16. And I know you could just use the Tyvek and be free, but these come out really cheap. And it's gonna make somebody's day. So I highly recommend, first of all, going online to USPS and ordering the boxes, because I was stuffing sweaters in these tiny things, like Under Armour sweatshirts. And I was like, what is happening? No, you should have had your boxes. So just a quick reminder and run through the 4 things that you need to order for free to really get your business going. And I'm gonna go in order for you. I'm all about order. This is literally called shoebox. Like, why don't they name all things logical things? I call this the shoebox. You've got what I call the first box. They call a $10.95. My husband will say, hey, you need more $10.95s? I'm like, I don't know, I need a purse box. And the last thing that's like my big bundles, it's my big boy, the big guy. This one is a large mailing box 7. And then of course the Tyvek Polymailer. There are a ton, like a plethora of other things you can order. And we got a big, very large variety of things, but we don't use them. This is what we use. These are our staples. You want to make sure if you're doing Poshmark, it's priority mail. My eBayers, you're probably like, she's an idiot. I probably am in many ways to you for shipping. I just know Poshmark, and I know if it says priority mail, we're good to go, or it says nothing. eBay, my husband started stealing my cute polymailers, so I got some cheap, plain, ugly ones, because eBay is trickier. It doesn't, you always use priority. There's all these things that I don't understand, which is why I don't sell on eBay. That's my husband. He's smarter than me. I just want to be a little bit lazy. I want to post more products, cute product, and use cute bags. He wants to make a lot more money. I don't know. So anyways, these are the 4 things that if I were you and I wanted to get super serious, I would order shoe boxes. I would order 1095s and large mailing box and Tyvexes to get you started. And I will put in this video description a link. It might take me a little bit because I'm learning all the YouTube-y things, but I'll put a link to every single thing that we usually order, whether it be the bread bags and the Ziploc bags that are off-brand from Walmart, or the tissue paper and all the things, the stickers. Please, if you've found a resource that's super cute, that's cheaper, or if you want to make my husband happy, something that's not super cute and cheaper, just down to the pennies, let me know. If you have questions, let me know, because I'm sure that I missed something here. So shoot me any of your questions. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to get more content like this. Next week, I hope to push out to you how we organize. We literally have, between the two of us, like 2,000 items organized, stored, ready to send out. But then we have, I don't know, 5,000 items still in process. So how do we even do this? Like, we're working out of a home. It's 2 people. We're starting to slowly hire staff, but like, how did we organize this? Because at first it was not wise. So that's the next video up. I can't wait to connect with you. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. As always, click the thumbs up button to like this video, and click the red subscribe button to get more content like this. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below. I cannot wait to connect with you.